What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is Wednesday, April 17th, 2024, and we are back with another midday stream here on the Torian Rain Reloaded channel. If you haven't done so already, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that like button and hit that share button. Make sure to go ahead and also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hit that bell twice to be notified whenever I go live or upload a new video or go live. Shout out to everybody on Patreon. Shout out to all of the members here on the channel. Just shout out to everybody in general, everyone who follows me on Instagram, Twitter, Discord, everyone who sends me stories. I greatly appreciate that as well. We currently have 54 people right now in the chat. If you hit that like button, I would appreciate it. So, y'all can see by the title, we are talking about Megyn Kelly today. I don't think I've ever done a live stream about Megyn Kelly, but you know there's a first time for everything. And unfortunately, it just has to be about her in these comments that she recently made. But before we go ahead and get into everything, let me shout out all the people that are here so far in the chat. Craig Colson, CGI Kid Productions, Haxon KT, Wallow J, Jerry Bedford, Derry B, Denise Scales, Gloria Curry. Real Women Don't Do Nonsense. Shout out to Stay Positive for the $5 super chat. This happy new Black Media Appreciation Month, Torian and Fam B1 to you. I appreciate it. RDRD, Chris Vesey, Lady Messenger. B first is Roku Muro, Sun Kids by the Most High, Duwani Nelson, Don P. Ben Yehuda, Cali Griot Channel, Carla Lockard, and Letitia. Shout out to everybody that's here. And also Miss Renee just popped up in the chat as well. And Tildall12. Okay. So the way that I heard about what y'all are going to see, y'all actually going to see a couple of things, as a matter of fact, but one in particular is I was actually on looking at Tariq's live that he did on Sunday. Well, I looked at the playback because I didn't catch it live. And he had played a video where Megyn Kelly and this other guy were discussing Beyonce's new album, but not the album in its entirety. As y'all know, she released like a country album. But one song in particular in which she had a problem with, and it was this song called Jolene. Now, that song is originally done by Dolly Parton. Some of y'all in the chat, if y'all are of a certain age, y'all are familiar with that song and have heard that song. Well, Beyonce did a cover or her own version of that song, switched up some of the lyrics, and apparently Megyn Kelly is all up in her feelings about it. But one thing I've always said before, it's fine if you want to critique something, you know, if it's something that you don't like, it is what it is. But when it comes to Megyn Kelly in particular, and people like her, whenever she does a quote unquote critique of Black people, it's not really a critique. She's really dipping into her anti-Blackness, as we have seen over the years when it comes to her and the stuff that she has said, especially when she was over there on Fox News for all those years. Anybody that's familiar with her knows exactly what type of time that she's on. So when she started doing this critique or whatever, if you want to call it that, well, for those of you who didn't hear it, y'all are going to hear it today. But come on in, everybody, come on in. We have 74 people that are in the chat right now. I hope everybody is having a good day so far. Everybody had a good morning. And I found a way to, one thing I'm very proud of myself right now, and it's crazy, it feels like I just discovered it. If I knew about it before, I would have did this a whole lot sooner, was that I can download the commentaries off of YouTube and then just like throw a filter behind the audio. That way I can avoid the copyright. Because I was saying to myself, there's got to be a way to do it. And I said, that's perfect going forward, especially when it comes to me doing the True Crime Sundays after what happened this past Sunday. So we don't have a repeat of that. So it's always good when you find a workaround. And that's exactly what I did. What's going on, JB, Easy, Jekyll, Miss Brooklyn 11232. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead now and I'm gonna share this, and I want y'all to listen because the screenshot that y'all are gonna see is actually from the video itself, but you'll be able to hear the audio of what's being said. So this was posted up by Sky News. Now, let me tell y'all something. For those of y'all who are unfamiliar with Sky News is basically the Australian version of Fox News. So in case people were unaware what Sky News was all about, there you go. So I'm going to play it, and stop in between when I feel like I need to add some additional commentary in there. And again, if you haven't done so already, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button, hit the share button. I would greatly appreciate it. But just in case, as far as the copyright goes, let me go ahead and just put a disclaimer up now, even though I don't have the video playing and it's just the audio. There it is. Let's get started.
So Beyonce's in her country phase right now. Okay. I get it. This ain't Texas, it ain't Hold'em. My kids just say that over and over and over and over and over again.
First off, let's just stop right there. And shout out to AB Promotions for the $4.99 salute, Torian. Appreciate you. Did y'all hear the tone of what he just said? Let me run that back. I always tell people to pay attention to the tone, not just what they say.
Okay.
Well, let me rewind it back.
So Beyonce's in her country phase right now. Okay.
Y'all hear that? So Beyonce's in her country phase right now. Okay. Like I tell you, listen to the tone. It's very dismissive. It's very dismissive with how he said it. That's why I said you always got to pay attention, not to just what they say, but how they say it.
I get it. This ain't Texas, it ain't Hold'em. My kids just say that over and over and over and over and over again. It's a nice start to a song. But the next version has a bit of Dolly Parton's Jolene in it. But apparently this is empowering. Has she actually read the words that she was singing?
Can I tell you something? Why do we have to? It's fine that they make a queen out of Beyonce. I don't totally understand why. I mean, she's a good singer. She's talented. I don't deny that.
Now, here's where the hate comes in. So he starts off talking about the song and everything. He's already annoyed just by his tone. And here comes Megyn. In comes Megyn Kelly. Why do they have to make Beyonce a queen? Why do they have to call her a queen? So just how she responded to that lets you know which direction she's taking this commentary. She couldn't stay on the topic at hand, which was the song. She got on basically what her fans call her. I don't know if Megyn Kelly is aware of this, but a lot of people who have fan bases, their fans refer to them as certain things. And typically her fan base typically calls her a queen. But she's already on that spectrum where her hate is starting to kick in. She couldn't even wait. Those were her first words. Shout out to Derry B for the $4.99 super sticker.
Why does it have to be yes, Queen Bey? No.
Now, people, how she also said that. Who do you think she was imitating when she said yes, Queen Bey? Who do you think she was imitating? Black women? She was trying to mimic you. And to those who are Black in the academy, low key, she was trying to mock you as well. And didn't even do a good job of it either. I'm just saying.
She's not a queen. People like her music. She sings some good music. That's it. Okay? She didn't cure cancer. She's not Marie Curie. Calm down. So now she decides.
Now she really upset. You heard her tone. You heard her tone. She got real venomous now. She's not a queen. She didn't cure cancer. You know what? Hold on. I got to lower my voice a little because Megyn got a little bass in her voice. She's not a queen. She didn't cure cancer. Oh man.
To take a step into the country lane, and it's like country music has been remade. It's remade. Is it? Okay, we have a new player in country music. Country music's been around for a long, long time. It goes right to the heart of America. And most Americans in red states have been loving and enjoying it long before Queen Bey decided to stick her big toe into the lane. But fine. Okay.
Megyn Kelly, you know what? I'm not going to give people like Megyn Kelly no history lesson on where country music, or for that matter, any genre of music actually started. But again, and I'm not even going to say what I was going to say right here. I'm going to say that towards the end, not of this video, but of the second video that I'm going to, audio that I'm going to play for y'all. But notice how she brought up country music has been popular in red states. I know y'all caught that. She said in red states. So she's basically telling y'all, or trying to tell us, that country music belongs to those people in red states, aka conservatives, aka Republicans. If you quote unquote live in a quote unquote blue state, or whatever the case may be, or if you're a liberal, country music doesn't belong to you. Keep in mind, John Schneider, who we talked about last month when he said what he said about Beyonce in this country album. Rob Schneider is from New York. I don't know where Megyn Kelly is from, but something tells me she's not from the country. She sounds like she's from a city girl or damn self, or maybe a suburban girl. Meanwhile, the person that they quote unquote are putting on blast is from Houston, Texas. You can't get much more country than that. I mean, you can, but for contextual purposes, you understand what I'm saying.
Okay, she comes over. She makes an album, which, of course, because she's queen, has gotten the thumbs up and the promotion from Michelle Obama, from Vice President Kamala Harris, from Paul McCartney, from Dolly Parton herself. She's no dummy.
Now, peep that. I didn't pick up on that before. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to what just happened. Let me rewind it a little bit.
She comes over. She makes an album, which, of course, because she's queen, has gotten the thumbs up and the promotion from Michelle Obama, from Vice President Kamala Harris.
Did you peep that? She said she's gotten props from Michelle Obama and Kamala Harris. First off, let me just say, Kamala the Chameleon, she really has no weight whatsoever. It's a reason why I call her a chameleon, but I want y'all to pick up on what he just did when she said those two names in particular. When she said Michelle Obama, he was like, ugh. When she said Kamala Harris, he was like, ugh. But then when she said Paul McCartney, a white man, and then Dolly Parton, he didn't do the or the. Man, I love doing this stuff because you can pick up on, like, you can really pick up on stuff. I attest that to my mass comm degree. Let me keep it moving.
From Paul McCartney, from Dolly Parton herself. She's no dummy. She called everybody and said, I need you to do me this favor and say you love my album, which they did.
Back me in.
But she takes Jolene, which is such a catchy song by Dolly Parton. And Jolene, one of the most interesting thing about that song, in addition to its catchy tune, is the story it tells. It tells the story of a very insecure woman who sees another woman who she thinks and strongly believes is much more attractive than she is, with her auburn hair and her green eyes.
I love the auburn hair line.
She knows, and she knows Jolene can steal her man away. Now, this doesn't say good things about her man, but she knows that it could happen. And instead of like going over and threatening Jolene, what she does is begs Jolene not to take her man away. She begs her, saying, I know you could do it, but I'm begging you, please don't. Because for me, he's the only guy there is. And that's an interesting window into an insecure woman's heart. And it's also kind of clever because she flatters Jolene like it's a smart but insecure woman. Anyway, that's the story of the song, or at least it used to be. Queen Bey got her hands on the song, and God forbid she sing anything that make her look less than, all empowered with the muscle. And so now she's got to change it to, if you come by my man, I'm basically going to beat the hell out of you. I'm going to beat you up. Those are right? Like, take that, biatch. And she uses the B word in the song. Ooh. And she turned Jolene.
Megyn has all this animosity, but I wonder how many times she's actually listened to the damn song. Something tells me she did it, but she needed a talking point. And what better talking point that she could use than this one right here? This is just her style. Megyn Kelly is not new to this. I want y'all to keep this in mind, y'all. Megyn Kelly has a background in law. She has a background in law. So you probably got to wonder and sit to yourself, how in the world did a woman who has a background in law end up in the position she's in right now? Exactly, JB Easy said when Whitney covered Dolly Parton, she made bank. So she knows what's up. Exactly. At the end of the day, Dolly Parton is the one that's getting broke off of the song.
Into her version of a badass, because that's what modern day feminism looks like. By the way, completely missing that the true power move is to write a song about Jolene not even worrying about this. Jolene has no worries because her man loves her and is committed to her and would never cheat on Jolene. So the most beautiful woman in the world could come walking by. She's good. But Queen Bey doesn't understand that. She's got to pretend she's tough, which only telegraphs to those of us who are paying attention that she isn't. The whole thing is bass backwards, and I object.
Yeah, also, the look, you know, if the
object, who the hell you think you are, a judge? I mean, now a judge. Now you want to use your law degree. Now you want to use your fancy law degree and say I object, and you're not even in the courtroom. Yeah, exactly, Sam Ham. I was confused too when she brought up the feminist part. Like that kind of threw me off a little bit. Meanwhile, to my knowledge, Megyn Kelly isn't married, which humanity must be, in a positive turn. And the woman she's criticizing is and has a family and is widely more successful than Megyn would ever be or hope to be.
This current version, the redoing ain't doing it for you, and the Dolly Parton one is a little bit too old for you. Can I play Goldilocks here for a second? There's a magnificent version that Miley Cyrus did.
Now, listen to that. Look what they just did. They don't like Beyonce's version of the song, but they like the version that Miley Cyrus did. And for those of y'all who are unaware, because I actually did listen to the album, Miley Cyrus is actually collabing with Beyonce on one of the songs, not this song, but on one of the songs together.
It's very sort of low key, and she's kept on all of her clothes for most of it. It's a good version of it. If you get
look again, another backhanded insult, and she's kept her clothes on for most of it. Has anyone seen Miley Cyrus almost bare? Remember how she looked at the 2013 VMAs when she was twerking on Robin Thicke? Do you really want to see that again? Or when she was on that wrecking ball? I mean, I'm just saying. Exactly, Denise. They won't come right out and say that, but that's really what they're leaning toward. So that's pretty much the end of that video right there. And I'm gonna play for y'all now. Now we're gonna go into another one. Now, this one right here, this audio you're about to hear is a little bit longer than this one because Megyn Kelly was on with this guy. I think he's like he is a affiliate with Sky News. Now, this next one that y'all are going to hear is Megyn Kelly on a panel with other women that's on her show that she has on YouTube, like her YouTube show or whatever the case may be. Now, this one is about 15 minutes long. It's actually less than that because I had to cut some parts out because they actually played a little bit of Dolly Parton's version of the song, and they also played a little bit of Beyonce's version of the song. So in order to avoid the copyright, I cut those parts out. So it's about 14 minutes in total. Oh shoot, I didn't even realize. My bad. I didn't even realize I had the audio muted. My bad. Let me rewind it back.
I gotta be honest. I'm not a big Beyonce follower. I don't have anything against her. It's like, I don't listen to her music, but I do get kind of annoyed at how whenever she does anything, we have to pretend she's the second coming. It's like, oh my God, they literally call her Queen Bey. It's like,
Now look at how she's starting it off again. Now, doesn't that sound like someone who was hating? I'm not really a Beyonce fan, but I get tired that every time she does something, we gotta make it seem like we gotta bow down to her feet and call her Queen Bey. No one's asking you or telling you to do that. So, Megyn, are you upset because you was at Fox News all these years and you couldn't be called the Queen of Fox News, even though that's not a title anybody should want to aspire to have? But okay, fine, whatever. See, this is coming from a person who's never had that much attention be on her, except for whenever she is opening her mouth. Y'all can take that with however you would like. Again, this is how she's starting off this segment right here. And like I tell you, this is what Megyn Kelly has always been and always will be, especially when it comes to talking about Black people. If you don't believe me, look at what she just recently said about O.J. Simpson after he passed. Granted, there were so many hit pieces put out there, but listen to what she said. Although with coming from her, it'll sound like a broken record because those of her ilk literally said the same thing. Exactly, Sylvia. It's the Beehive that calls her that. I don't know anybody outside of that Beehive that calls her that. They'll probably say, I'm a fan of her music or I like her music, but they won't go as far as calling her, a queen and everything like that. But, it is what it is. I bet Megyn Kelly would be fine if they call Beyonce the other B word. No, Megyn, that word is reserved for you.
Like she can do absolutely no wrong. If you criticize her, there's something wrong with you. Well, too bad. Deal with it. So she's come out now with a country album. And of course, these leftists and media whores pretend that no one's ever done country before Beyonce's done it. Country is this wonderful new genre that the Queen Bey has discovered. Oh my God, this is wonderful.
No one said that Beyonce discovered country music. What the hell is Megyn Kelly talking about? What the hell is she talking about? Meanwhile, they hijacked it and claimed it as their own. What did she just say in the previous audio? Oh, country music is popular in these red states. We know what Megyn Kelly was really alluding to. We can see through her code speak. She didn't discover this. And we know that. We know country music has been around for years. It predates all of us in this chat. This goes back to our grandparents, great grandparents, even further than that. So what is Megyn talking about? And again, this is a woman they allowed to get a law degree.
And the reactions to her album called Cowboy Carter, which just dropped, are of course typically over the top. Among others, who's weighed in on this? Michelle Obama.
All you can do is laugh at Megyn. With how she says certain things is funny to me. Michelle Obama. All you can do is just laugh at her, like at the hate that just oozes off of this woman. And want to know another reason she's really mad is because this album has done significantly well on the chart. That's another reason she's mad. That's another reason she's mad right there. Oh, I already know that they gearing up for Beyonce to do a performance at one of these several 100,000 country music awards. Megyn Kelly gonna get on her soapbox and complain some more. I'm willing to bet.
Decided to post about this, and Kamala Harris saying, "You have redefined a genre and reclaimed country music's Black roots. Why did country need to be redefined? Why? What was wrong with it?
First off, Kamala Harris, Kamala the chameleon, should have nothing to say when it comes to black people, considering she doesn't know how she truly identifies. I'm just being honest with you. She does all for everybody else, but when it comes to us, y'all already know what she said. We all saw it.
That we needed it to be rescued by Beyonce, right? And that's the same message basically from Michelle Obama, who says, once again, you've helped redefine a music genre and transform our culture. You've transformed it. I'm so proud of you. Cowboy Carter is a reminder that despite everything we've been through, to be heard, seen, and recognized. I mean, she always finds a way to work how downtrodden she's been into her tweets and posts. We can still dance, sing, and be who we are unapologetically. I'm sure it's very hard for Beyonce to be who she is unapologetically with her billions of dollars that she's earned and her husband has earned. Despite
what did she just do, y'all? What did Megyn Kelly just do? I want someone to put it in the chat. What did Megyn Kelly just do when she brought up Beyonce and Jay-Z? What did she just do? I'll highlight the first person who says it. There you go. Shout out to Don P. Ben. Pocket watched. She brought up Beyonce and Jay-Z's money. And what did I tell y'all? They are some of the biggest pocket watchers in the world, especially when it comes to black people's pockets. Megyn, maybe you need to worry about your finances.
How crappily this nation has treated her. This album reminds us all that we all have power. There is power in our history, in our joy, and in our vote. And of course, it goes on to, together we can stand up for what we believe in. We must do that at the ballot box. And as Queen Bey says at the end of Ya Ya, we need to keep the faith and vote. What is this? Is this feminism? Is this aggrievement? And why is it that Queen Bey is being treated like she's the first one to take a little dalliance over into this weird, heretofore unknown field of country music?
My take on this is like, we don't have to do this, guys. We don't have to do it. I like Beyonce fine. I like country music, like some more than others, whether it comes to Beyonce's catalog or country music, right? But this thing where we have to be like, it's compulsory worship.
Let me tell you something right now. For those of y'all who don't know what a proxy is, Beyonce is basically a proxy right now when it comes to this whole country music thing. Not in the sense that she's the only face there, but she's right now with this album. She's not saying that I'm now becoming a country artist. She's decided, you know what? Let me dabble into the artistry that is country music. What she is allowed to do. Because there have, of course, we know, you look back through history, there have been many black country artists, but they never got the chance to really be put out there. Why? Because of people like Megyn Kelly. Remember what she says, country music is very popular in red states. But then when someone who is a biggest artist as Beyonce comes and does one album, they lose their collective minds. And what they're scared of is now this is going to probably elevate other black country artists who are around right now to get moved on up via her. Because now it's like, okay, now we got the eyes over here. Because what did I tell y'all? Black people are the trendsetters of the world. Nothing moves unless we say so. When we decide to move on, the rest of the world, well, they kind of take a little longer to catch up, but they'll eventually move on too. And then when we tap onto something else, then that's when everyone comes right along, and usually they're pulling up the rear with that as well.
Of this moment, I don't think we need to do that, and I don't think it has to be this. It could just be like a decent album, but we don't really do that in our culture anymore.
We have to make it into something so much bigger. One of the things that jumped out at me on this is like how well she lays out like her PR connections when she drops this album. Like she has a cover, and we're going to talk about it, of Jolene by Dolly Parton. She gets Dolly Parton to endorse it on the album. Dolly Parton does an intro, then publicly she says something endorsing it. She sings Blackbird by Paul McCartney, or at least uses a piece of it. And she gets Paul McCartney to write out. I'm so happy with Beyonce's version of Blackbird. I think she.
Now, PP, this is another thing that she's hating on. She's mad at these songs that Beyonce is doing on the album, and she's getting this praise and basically I guess you can say a head nod from the people that wrote the song or maybe performed the song, and it's a cover. And Megyn Kelly is mad because apparently because she doesn't like it, she feels they shouldn't like it either. That's the mentality that a person like Megyn Kelly has. She feels that whatever she says goes, is literally the I'm white and I say so rhetoric. If I don't like it, neither should you. Why do you like it? Because I don't like it. Now, it's funny how she's mad because Beyonce's fans call her queen, but Megyn Kelly's acting like a mad queen right now, because what is a mad queen? A person who feels that everything should go her way, and if you go against it, then it's off with your head. That's literally how she's sounding right now. And when I play the last audio for y'all after this is done, y'all will see exactly what I mean.
She's done a fab version and would urge anyone who has not heard it yet to check it out. Then there's Linda Martrell, legendary country artist. What she's doing is beautiful. I'm honored to be a part of it. Then there's Nancy Sinatra, because she uses a piece of These Boots Are Made for Walking. I love her. This may be the best sample of boots yet. Yes, Nancy, even better than yours. Go ahead and lick the boots a little harder.
So basically also what it's saying is that Megyn Kelly believes that a lot of these people are only saying these things so they don't get quote unquote canceled or checked by the fans and everything like that. So she's saying that she believes their responses to the covers of the songs is not genuine. She feels that it's fake. That's what she's also saying.
But that gets you. And then we get to Jolene, which everybody loves. Who doesn't love Dolly Parton's version it's her song, of Jolene. For those of you who don't know it, I'm sure I'm speaking to like two people, here's a little sample of the OG. Okay. I'm going to talk about and recommend to everybody this Kat Rosenfield piece in Unheard today, because she nailed exactly my own sort of inner reaction to the new Beyonce take on this. The original Jolene is a story about a woman feeling threatened by another woman who's prettier and more alluring, and she's basically begging her not to steal her man. That, you know, she can do it. She flatters her. I know you can. You're so gorgeous, and you've got the, you know.
Now, Pete, what she just did there. Remember what I just told you, she only goes off of the energy of people who agree with her. So what did she do? Go and find someone that says something that aligned with her views and read it live on her program, which I knew she was going to do. Exactly, Maxima. I think someone else said it too, but exactly what you said. Sample of the OG who's copying who. Exactly. We know who started saying OG. And now when you look around, everybody says it. We know exactly where that came from. And she sounds so awkward and robotic when she says it.
Fab version, and please don't, because I love him and I could never love anybody as much. Then, of course, because it's Queen Bey, we have to change it to, if you fucking take my man, I will hurt you, bitch. She actually uses the word bitch in the new version, and it's much more like threatening, which I guess Beyonce and Team Bey think is what empowerment looks like. For now, the threatened woman is just threatening to another woman who she thinks might have designs on her life partner. Here's Beyonce's version. Okay. So it's got a lot of that in there. And I have to say, I don't find this empowering at all. And I think to Kat Rosenfield's point, there's something strange about what's happening with the modern day definition of what a strong woman is. Like, you can't have any vulnerabilities or insecurities. You have to be this badass bitch who's like threatening, like, fucking A, you.
Oh, Megyn, you sounded like you couldn't wait to say those words live on your program. It's funny, she says she doesn't like the song, but she sure does know the lyrics. How many times did you listen to the song, Megyn, before you came on and decided to do this? That's what I'd like to know.
Mess with my man. To me, it's a turnoff. And actually, Bridget, what Kat says, and I totally agree with this, she says, paradoxically, this reveals how disempowered and insecure Beyonce is in this messaging. If she's a queen, as the song says, and has no doubts about her man's devotion, then why is she threatening to throw hands at any woman who looks at him sideways? And I was thinking the same thing myself. The true power move is not to worry and not to have to worry. But
yeah,
Beyonce couldn't quite get there.
Well, what bugs me about both these versions is they really never hold the man to any account.
Right.
And they're never really saying anything about the man or to the man. But I also, I find it interesting, even if I don't agree that it's necessarily the most empowering, it seems.
Exactly. I'm reading the chat as the audio is playing right now. And y'all are right. Bills fan 1970 said, wait, so the original version was empowering? Exactly. This is what, again, first off, let me just say shout out to y'all, because y'all be on it. And that's why I said those who are of a certain age who have heard that version of the song, and then you listen to the version Beyonce did, and it's like, so you're saying that this song, the original version, was empowering. To her, it is. To her, it is. And to people like her.
Seems like it's just a different variation of female insecurity that's kind of shape-shifted over time. Dolly Parton came from a different time. It was a more modest and subdued time, and Beyonce is of the yes queen feminism, and
they did it again, y'all. And they keep trying to put her in this feminist category. I don't know whether or not she's a feminist or not. It's like really, none of my business. But they keep trying to throw her into that feminist category.
I think that kind of in-your-face version it's still just female insecurity. I've definitely seen that in my life. I've been on the other side of it, and I think there's parts of me that have tried to be like, don't get in my way, or I'm not very threatening. Who am I kidding? But but I think it's like a female. It's interesting to me that this is just it's a more modern female. It still strikes me as insecurity. It's all just female insecurity.
Yes. That's, honestly, what woman who's in a real good, healthy relationship is running around threatening other hot women? I'll beat you up if you take my man. I don't get, I feel like Beyonce would have been better served by just redoing it.
Isn't that what a cover is? And technically, isn't that what she kind of did? If y'all listen to the song, isn't that kind of what she did? I swear this woman is dumb. She's staunchly anti-black, but she's also very dumb.
You don't have to tell your story, right? Obviously, right. She was cheated on by Jay-Z. She's written about it. She's been singing about it for many years now. You don't have to tell your story. You're telling a story. And this is a version of womanhood where an insecure woman feels threatened by a more beautiful other woman. And as Kat writes in her piece, almost savvily figures out a way to land it.
Yeah.
Not by shaming the man, not by threatening the woman, but with flattery of this beautiful threat, MK, and yes, a plea to stay out of it, which is much more complex and interesting.
Well, as a woman who many women come to me and say, I know you can take my man, but please don't. It happens on a daily basis. They're going to be in my Twitter feed right after this. I can say, no, look, I think the original Jolene is sad and deep. Like it's deeply sad song that she's having to do this. And it's
fascinating for that reason.
Yeah. Yes. It's like psychologically interesting. Now, would I live my life more like the Beyonce version? Probably. I'm a little threatening.
Right.
I might be more.
Speaking of the Linda Hamilton years.
But I think there's a whole genre of country music in particular that can get very sad and a little pathetic sometimes. And I would argue that people shouldn't live their lives that way, but I enjoy the character drama of that sadness, of that pain. And that's what I reacted to in the original Jolene. Also, covering it just as Dolly Parton did means you have to compete with Dolly Parton, who is the Jolene of music. So there's that.
It's true. It's true. She begins her piece by, I don't know, did you guys see on X a couple weeks ago, there have been some amazing pictures of Dolly Parton, circa 1965 circulating, and she's absolutely stunning. We'll put one on this page for when we air this on YouTube. And she begins her piece by saying, not long ago, a post crossed my timeline featuring a black and white, heart-stoppingly gorgeous photo of Dolly Parton in the 60s. The caption read simply, "What the hell did Jolene look like?" One can only wonder. But her argument is follows. She says that we have replaced certain models of female resilience with the quote badass woman who has no feelings, who has no flaws, who has little use for other people except as either casual sex partners or punching bags, men in particular. And she writes, it's ironic in a world where women can pursue even more varied paths to fulfillment that the representation of female strength in art has become increasingly narrow, one-dimensional, and masculinized. The self-rescuing princess, who could forget the Snow White actress, right, out there, how much she hates Snow White. There's not going to be rescued by a prince. The emotionally aloof action heroine, the invulnerable, workaholic, commitment-phobic playgirl. An awful lot of strong female characters these days are basically just men with tits.
What in the hell is Megyn talking about now? Now she's just babbling. I mean, she's been babbling this whole time, but I mean, now she's really just babbling. Now she's starting to sound like them people who be putting woke in their thumbnails all the time on YouTube. Y'all know which ones I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly which ones I'm talking about.
This is such a good observation. She's right. This is a point I've been trying to make in different ways, which is people, why did we have to go from women shouldn't work, women should only have babies, women aren't strong, women are too emotional, women have to be locked up for their hysterics if they express tears or, anxiety, to women have no emotion, women are total ball busters, and showing any softness, tears, empathy, vulnerability, insecurity is somehow non-feminine and no longer acceptable in one's idea of what a woman is, what an ideal woman is.
Yeah, I think there's little flexibility often. It's very confusing what the cultural message is. And even Beyonce herself has fallen into this trap. I wrote about this in the past, about the moment where she walked in front of that feminist sign at whatever it was, the MTV Awards or something, or maybe the Grammys, and it's just lit up in feminist behind her, and she's standing in front of it. It's very powerful. And then shortly after that, she takes her husband's name and then uses it on a tour, and she got lambasted for doing that. And it's there's a lot of ways to be a woman. We just give ourselves that. I don't have to shoot for this C-suite, and I also don't have to only be at home. There's a real happy medium somewhere here.
Well, I think it was a swing and a miss.
No, West 101 says then she wanted LeBron to shut up and dribble. No, that was Laura Ingraham that said that. I know they sound alike, they kind of look alike, they have the same rhetoric, they both come out of that Fox News canon. But now that was Laura Ingraham that said that.
Yes, I think this guy from The Atlantic who reviewed Beyonce's cover of Jolene nailed it, where he wrote that Beyonce replaced the vulnerability that made Jolene one of the best tunes of all time with a bunch of bad bitch cliches. And if you listen to the whole song, all the lyrics are changed. She's changed the entire meaning of the song, but she's bastardized it because she's kept the name Jolene.
Bastardized, that should be something you should be very familiar with, Megyn Kelly, considering y'all took the word woke and bastardized it. A word we created. And by we, I'm talking about Black Americans in particular. Just like you hijacked everything else and bastardized it. So pot, meet, kettle.
Jolene and the tune, but this is an entirely different message, and I don't buy it. I really don't buy it.
And that's the end of that. You know what I don't buy, Megyn? You being a natural blonde. So there's that. So the last thing I'm going to play for y'all, many of y'all are probably all too familiar with. Now, this is exactly what I mean with what I'm about to play, with why I said Megyn Kelly literally is one of the people who launched pad the whole I'm white and I say so thing. Let me play this for y'all because I know y'all have to remember this. And this was from like about over 10 years ago when she made this statement. This is when she used to still be over on Fox News.
When I saw this headline, I kind of laughed and I said, oh, this is so ridiculous. Yet another person claiming it's racist to have a white Santa, you know? And by the way, for all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white, but this person is just arguing that maybe we should also have a black Santa. Just because it makes you feel uncomfortable doesn't mean it has to change. You know, I mean, Jesus was a white man too, but you know, it's like, he was a historical figure. I mean, that's a verifiable fact, as is Santa. I just want the kids watching to know that.
I know y'all remember that when she said that Santa Claus is white. And I think in another iteration, they was asking like, why was Santa Claus white? And she just said, oh, he just is. Again, loosely translate, I'm white. And because I said Santa Claus is white, he is. I think this was around the time when Megyn Kelly popped up on my radar, was this right here. And that's when I knew I can't take anything this woman says seriously. She's nothing more than a propaganda artist. And the thing is, I'm sure outside of the news outlets that she was on, and even still to this day, she believes every word that comes out of her mouth. And I do mean every word. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop the link, because I know some of y'all have something to say. Y'all was very vocal in this chat. But I want to see what y'all had to say. I told y'all the videos was going to be a little bit longer today, mainly because that second one was about 15 minutes. But I will still drop the link regardless. And if anybody would like to come up and say or speak to the topic at hand, feel free to do so. I'll probably keep it open to, until nobody else comes up. Wallow J, what's going on?
Not much. Oh, hold on real quick. Hi, I'm back. How you doing, brother Torian?
I'm good.
Man, oh man, oh man. I don't even know where to begin. Cause you basically said on everything that I wanted to say about that daggone woman. Cause how you gonna? Well, let's start here. She's not even from a red state.
Mm-hmm. Someone said she's from Illinois.
She's from Champaign, Illinois. She now stays in Connecticut, but has a house in New Jersey. So why are you talking, man? Like, I'm in North Carolina. It's more of a red state than you ever stayed in, man. What are you talking about? I can talk about country music too, baby. As y'all can hear about the sound of my voice, but yeah. But yeah. And then also they want to praise Dolly Parton so much. Don't they realize Dolly Parton like actually likes black people? Like they don't talk about that a lot, but she actually likes black people. Like y'all don't realize that too.
It's
Like
crazy you say that, because it's the two songs that now come to mind. Of course, I Will Always Love You. She allowed Whitney Houston to cover that song, and for the longest we thought it was her song. At least I did when I was younger, and when I found out it was her that actually covered the song, it was her song, I was like, oh, that's very interesting. I would have never have guessed it. And now you have this one. All I know is this: she ain't hurting, because she knows at the end of the day, as the writers of those songs, she gonna collect the nice residual, a nice royalty check.
oh yeah, that I know that royalty check going. I'm good. How about yourself, man? But yeah, man, you call who did you call? You called what's it? Old girl, Saltine Queen, right? That was
Yeah, Tommy Lauren. Yep.
This is the bland. This is the bland queen right here.
I always said Tommy Lauren was like the second coming of Megyn Kelly. And now where's Tommy now? She not on the Blaze no more.
She ain't nowhere but online, and nobody even paying attention to her like that. We don't even talk about that woman no more. Megyn Kelly is the bland queen, because you ain't got no flavor, no taste, no nothing. Like, you can't talk about nobody after you let D.L. Hughley, a comedian, come on your show and tear your ass apart. Like, come on now. You let a comedian come on your show and rip your ass on your damn show. Can't talk about nobody. But I'm a head down, let somebody else come up, man. I'll see you later.
B1. Shout out to Wallow J for coming up. Next up, we got Miss Niecy. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm home today, so I can talk freely. This is all I got to say. Megyn Kelly is a bitter Botox bitch. The bitch needs some dick, and she need to go to sleep. I'm out.
Shout out to Miss Niecy for coming up. Hey, for those of y'all who've been on the channel long enough knows that when Miss Niecy come up, she ain't gonna be long-winded. She's gonna get straight to the point. All right. What's going on? B first is.
Hey man, hey look, I just said I was going to try to work on my language. And
I know you said that, and then that's why when she said that, I was like, I was looking at you being up next, and you said what you said.
I'm trying to do so much better, and she ain't helped me at all. Man, look, hey, I want to apologize for yesterday, man. Like I said, my language, I'm trying, Tony, I'm trying. But anyway, Megyn Kelly, and this whole Beyonce thing, you figure some people have better things to do, right?
Yeah.
They took a dump on her, what was it, 2016 at the CMA Awards when she did that whole thing with the Dixie Chicks. I think that's what they told her she wasn't welcome.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's crazy because the ratings had spiked up during their performance, because she was on there, so she was going to be a draw regardless. And then she had the Dixie Chicks with her, who pretty much got canceled before cancellation was a thing because of what George Bush. I think they said that the Dixie Chicks went down in history as like the first quote unquote canceled artist, and you really hadn't seen them since then. And then they popped up on the CMAs with Beyonce, who is a big star. And the fact that she even reached out to them to actually do it, and they did it. And like I said, the ratings went up. And then they said when their performance was done, the ratings went back down.
Man, it's hilarious. Like, I don't know if people really pay attention to the aesthetics of this whole thing, because, like, you can't be mad at Beyonce for what she did. Look, they showed that they hated on her, right? So she said, well, I'm just gonna take over country music. It ain't like she can't sing. I'm not the hugest Beyonce fan. Let me keep it 100. I'm a whole dude, and Beyonce with all that, I don't rock with so much of it. But she is a talented woman. What they thought she was gonna do after
You
that
think
insult? What did they think she was going to do? She could
one thing?
handle it. My bad. Go ahead, Tori.
One thing that I can say just from observing her is that she has a very good PR team.
They're not
Like
dumb. They're not dumb.
because she doesn't from the years that I've seen it, because Beyonce has been around since I was a kid, back to her Destiny Child's days. Like, so I feel like I practically grew up with her, so to speak, even though she's older.
Got it.
And one thing I can say is that she doesn't really keep controversy around her. So mainstream media has to try to create controversy around her, and it always falls flat. That's why they're doing this now with the whole country album. They're trying to make it seem like that's why I said she has a very top-notch PR team. Like, you really don't hear her out there in any major scandals like that, which is hard to do considering how big of a star she is, and she's a Black woman at the same time. So it's like they're trying to find anything they can, and nothing really works. I mean, they've been trying it for years.
You hear them? I know you hear them. They big mad.
Yeah.
They big mad. Hey, look, I know it's not funny. I know it's not supposed to be funny, but it is funny because they big mad. And who could be worried about them being mad? Nobody cared about a Megyn Kelly or whoever those other two tricks were. Like, what? I mean, Beyonce probably bought the three of them like 4 times over. It's just, I can't give the energy to it, Torian, in the manner in which, I should be so, I guess, serious. That's why, my comments are the way that they are. I can't take them seriously, Torian.
I can't. That's why if you notice, when I was playing the audio, especially in that first discussion she was having with that guy on the Sky News, I was laughing so hard because it's basically, we know it's staunch and anti-Blackness. We know how Megyn Kelly gets down, but it's a petty nitpick that means nothing.
Perfectly.
It really means nothing. And to see her get so irate, if she's even truly upset, because honestly, I think she's performing. But then again, this is Megyn Kelly, so she's definitely being very much herself, because that's how she's always been. That's how she's been ever since we've come across her all those years ago, and she's still the same way now.
Just nasty. She nasty. Yeah, look, you titled it perfectly. You titled it. It's very perfect. That's hater. Look, hater. What is she gonna call her? She's not doing no journalism or anything of that nature to informing anyone about anything. That's hater talk. That's what she on. That's why. And I put in the chat the Overton window theory. It's a real thing, man. Like, you have the far left and you have the far right, and what these people in America, which we call them palm colored, the dub S, they on the far right of some stuff right now. And what they don't understand is that far right isn't anything but exposure to how much they hate everything. They hate everything.
Like I said, my two wings
all around. It's just shining all around how much they hate everything. No good people. That's all I got, man. I don't have anything. I mean, it's your show, but at the end of the day, I have to say, man, like, it's just terrible that as humans, and I may be speaking to the spirit of this thing, as humans, that those people's display themselves in the manner in which that they do. It's
just their nature. That's what it all boils down to. Like, I think we as Black people have to just come to grips with that. For those who haven't come to accept that, I think people who, I think at one point, I think most people probably were trying to give the chance, but it's like, what else can you really do? I mean, that's just who they're gonna be.
Because if you accept it, it means that you're going to ho-hum the whole situation, and it's going to continue I would never accept it. They can. I would never accept it. I know what I'm in as far as personally. I know what I am in as being in this world type of situation, and it's in their design and their image or whatever the case. I don't have to accept it. I'm gonna go about my business doing what I have to do, but to accept it, no, I'm gonna clown them fools. They getting clowned by me every chance I get. Don't get in my face with that mess. You're gonna look an idiot when I'm done with you, a pure fool. And that's all I have to say to him. I wish Beyonce. I know they got troubles over there in some kind of way, but you know, hey, the world we live in, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, take it easy, Tori. Hey, continue doing your thing. Thank you for letting me be on your platform, brother, and have the best day.
You too.
I'm
Shout out
gone.
to B First Is for coming up, and I'll even add this. When they talk like this out in public, you can only imagine what they say behind closed doors when there's no one else around. I can only imagine to be a fly on the wall in their household. Moochie, what's going on?
What's up, Tyrion? You know she's mad. She's big mad, yo.
Mm-hmm.
You inspire me, brother. Cause I'm about to put my 2 cents in and put it up on YouTube too.
I can't
Because
wait to hear it.
she is really mad because Black people is coming back to country. Look, y'all wanted to demonize hip hop.
That's really what it boils down to. What you
and
just said.
This is what happens now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's what. No, you know what I was saying. I was agreeing with you. I said what you just said is exactly what it boils down to. That's why I said her being mad at Beyonce is not her just being mad at one singular person. She's mad that through Beyonce, because of how big of a star she is, and she's Black and a Black woman at that, that can literally open the doors for more people to want to dabble into country who are Black, and for those Black artists already in country. Because keep in mind, there are Black artists that are in country right now, but they don't get noticed. They don't get seen.
Starting to flourish now.
So now people are going to be like, okay, let me go and look up some of these other Black country artists that are out now and see what I missed, and you'll be amazed of the type of the music that they do. Because I remember I was on Instagram right around the time when she had dropped the 2 singles before the album came out. They did a whole post on the current crop of country artists that are out right now, and they sounded good. It makes you realize that you were missing out on something.
But what did they expect, Tyrion? You got rid of R&B. You made R&B. You bought all the Justin Timberlakes and all of that other stuff over there, and you whitewashed R&B. Where are we supposed to go now? Okay, you got people doing the Afro beats, and I love that music. So you messing with the genres now. So it's just like all country music is R&B. Not even I won't even say rhythm and blues behind banjos. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you telling stories, same as R&B, rhythm and blues. That's all it is. Why she big mad though? She needs a hashtag, y'all. She wish she was queen. She do.
Yeah, like I said, that was nothing but envy, jealousy, hate, like all of that, and a whole bunch of other things rolled into one.
Sure, it needs to be a hashtag jealous queen Megyn Kelly, for real. let everybody know that. Look, you look big mad. You sound jealous. You sound crazy right now, and you using your platform for that. Mm-hmm. All this was some mean girl stuff at a lunch table that they did. These girls, these ladies. All it was is mean girls talk, where they talking about how they mad at the Black girl because she got some spunk in her. Okay. That's all I gotta say. Thank you for letting me speak.
All right, no problem.
Once again, you inspire me. Thank you.
No problem. All right, shout out to Moochie for coming up. Wallow J said, what's her YouTube page? Torian. Oh, Moochie, if you still here, put your YouTube channel link in the chat, because Wallow J is trying to find your YouTube channel. You just saying that you was going to do a commentary about it. He wants to come over and see what it is, what's going on your channel. Next up, we have AW1, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? How you
What's
been?
good? I've been good.
Yeah, let me tell you. I remember when she first came out with the country music, and I heard her first song. I was digging it, man. And I'm thinking, and for them to be mad, look, are we surprised?
Yeah, because she had dropped, when she did that, it was that Texas Hold'em song, and
Yeah.
another reason, and I didn't peep it in kick in. Another reason Megyn Kelly is mad because when that song dropped, you had so many people on social media, mainly TikTok, creating line dances behind that song, and I'm not just talking about people here in the States, people overseas who probably don't receive country music like that were out there creating their own line dances to this song. For all we know, this could have been the first time they heard country music, and they were out there doing the line dances. So there's another reason right there why Megyn Kelly is mad. I just tell people all the time, and I'm a stand on this. Black people are just the trendsetters of the world. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, if you feel some type of way about that, then you just gonna have to feel some type of way.
Yeah, I agree. But like I said about Beyonce, here's the fact about her. She's from the South, the South part of Texas, and her parents are from the South. I think Louisiana or whatever. I don't remember. But another thing is, country music was invented by Black people. Go figure.
Exactly. Hold on, right quick, AW1. Hey, Moochie, I'll put your link in the chat. The reason why I didn't let you do is because you're not a mod. I'll put your link in the chat. But go ahead, AW.
Yes, sir. Well, like I said, it does. I just sit back and just laugh at these people. It's like DeWan said, just sit back and laugh at them. Don't get mad. Don't get in an argument with them. Just laugh at them. That's my advice to everyone else here. Just laugh at them. And Beyonce, keep doing your thing. I'm not a Beyonce fan either, but I'll tell you this: I'm not mad at what she's doing.
Right.
You know, she's just that good at it. But all right, Torian, I'm gonna land my plane there. You have a good day, brother.
Appreciate you. Thanks for coming up. Shout out to AW1 for coming on up. Next up, we got Miss Uplifting T. What's going on?
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. I just came up to drop a few receipts on Miss Megyn Kelly. She has a long-standing history of hatred for the Obamas. So let's just rewind back out and jump in our little time machines to 2015 when she was saying hateful things about Michelle Obama giving a commencement address. And then we fast forward a little bit over to 2016 where she gets dragged by the people that she is stepping and fetching for right now when she makes that one little teeny tiny comment about somebody who was the 45th president of the United States, and the network drug her, already knowing that Roger Ailes and Bill O'Reilly were out there doing the fooly Wayne. You want to know how that ends? Everybody gets fired. Nobody has a job. One person gets 20 million, another group of people get 50, and even the two men walk away with 65 million in severances. So Megyn Kelly fully understands what power dynamics look like because she's been on the butt end of them, and yet she brings her mouth down to the stage to berate. And I'm not even a Beyonce fan, and I'm a Texan. I'm actually probably Team Kelly, if anything, you know what I'm saying? Or really Team Latavia, and Latoya, but that's a whole nother story. I'm from the DC 4 days. I'm that old, okay?
Okay, yeah. Hey, like I was saying earlier, I was around then when Destiny's Child first came out back in the 90s. Like I was, young, I was still in the single digits, but I do remember when they first came onto the scene.
And my other issue is she has all this vitriol and venom for someone like Beyonce, who, granted, in the community, yeah, we discussed some of the things going on down there with Beyonce and what she got going on. But by and large, she tries to pretty much toe a decent line out in the public. Morgan Wallen, on the other hand, can we run down the timeline of their favorite little country star before I get out of here? Who was recently arrested for throwing a chair off of a building that landed 3 feet away from a cop? Who was thrown out of Kid Rock's bar. Do you know what kind of antics you got to be on to get thrown out of Kid Rock's bar?
When did this happen?
Oh, the Nashville incident was 3 weeks ago. I covered that.
And look at that. We didn't even know about that. That wasn't in the news. And we know why.
Swept. So I just want to say thank you. Like, these people are not serious. God bless you. I'm always here to support the CCs. Anytime you guys are live, I'm gonna definitely hop on. I'm getting ready for my own thing tonight at 4 o'clock. We're gonna talk about some stuff going on in Texas foster care. Heaven help us out here in Texas, girl.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming up. Shout out to Miss Uplifting T. Next up, we got the Church of Black Power. What's going on?
What's going on, Victoria? She mentioned that Miley Cyrus did her little version of, the same song. And I just so happened to see a clip of Miley Cyrus performing that song in her concert where she did the same thing Beyonce did. Literally start just listing off, I'm begging you, if you touch my man, I'm grabbing a bat, you stupid bitch, and all this other stuff. Just start going off. She didn't mention that whatsoever.
Of course she didn't.
But she was she made a beautiful song. Her version of it is so gorgeous.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, hold up. If you're going to imitate Megyn Kelly, you got to lower the bass in your voice because your voice is nowhere near.
You're right. I guess you're not, bro. And when you was playing the videos, I noticed in the older video, her head was a lot smaller. It seems like her head is like elongating. It looks like some alien stuff going on there. So that's probably where she's getting the rest of the room to put the rest of that hot air that she's blowing out. I bull stuff not. But I just found it so funny that she was not mentioning that Miley Cyrus did the exact same thing. There's another Caitlin Clark situation. Did the exact same thing, and she kept her mouth silent about it.
And also, speaking of Caitlin Clark, didn't mean to cut you off. Shout out to Professor Black Truth for his moment of truth this morning that he did on Caitlin Clark. If y'all haven't watched that, that was really good. I was like sitting there like shaking my head the whole time just listening to it. But like I said, if y'all haven't watched it, make sure you go and check that out. That just shows you right there how much they prop up mediocrity. Like they really do. That video right there really showed it, if nothing else. But go ahead.
No, you're absolutely correct. Especially that I've seen an interview with Ice Cube where they was asking him, does the offer for $5 million still stand? He's like, well, absolutely, man. She's wonderful. I'm like, dude, you just let me just get back on Megyn Kelly. Like you said, it just goes to show how much not just in their media, but like in our community, people who's supposed to be representing for us represent that same mediocrity. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop down, Tori, and B1. You have a blessed day. Peace.
You too. Miriam, I actually put the link back in the chat and put your name next to it. I wish on StreamYard you could actually at people like you do as if you was in the YouTube chat. I hate that you can't do it, but I did put your name back in there. Next up, we have 50 is Fabulous. What's going on? Oh, we lost her. Okay. Next up, we got Gene. What's going on?
What's up, Tony? I just had a few questions because I'm a bit completely confused about the situation. They're complaining about our sister singing this song, saying she sounds too ghetto and too hoish, but this is a whole glorified song. And they're also confused about why we didn't let the country hoe Miley Cyrus sing it. And then I'm confused. What are we talking about at this point in time? And
like
Megyn
I said,
is the queen of stupids.
Like I said, it's like I said, for her, it's a nitpick. Like I was saying before, they have to find something to nitpick her on. When I found out that Beyonce was dropping a country album, I already knew the backlash was coming. And the reason why I knew that is because, again, back to 2016 or whatever year that was, when she had performed on the CMAs with the Dixie Chicks, and people had something to say then. And that was just one country song. So imagine how they would react for her doing a whole country album.
Right.
But their nitpick was really about this song in particular.
Yeah, that's what's kind of confusing me.
I said the only people, or the only person rather, that should have a nitpick about this, is if they had one, is Dolly Parton, because it's her song. If it's not from her, I could really care less what you had to think. And that's probably what was flowing through Beyonce. Beyonce probably don't even know who Megyn Kelly is.
This is probably Megyn Kelly get back since she did that thing to Trump and he dismissed her. So now this is her way of having to get back. Oh no, I'm going to get back in one way or another if it's by the hand of these niggers.
You know what's so funny? You know what would be so funny is if some of these artists who are aware or made aware of certain things that people like Megyn Kelly says about them in the media, if they did a diss song about them. That would be hilarious. I don't think I've seen that yet. It may be out there. I don't know. But man, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If I was a famous musician or whatever the case may be, and you had people like Megyn Kelly or Charlie Kirk or Matt Walsh trying to say stuff about me, or they consistently say stuff about me, I would be in somebody's booth making a diss track. I don't care if I gotta rap it. I don't care if I have to sing it or whatever the case is. But they will be getting put on blast. It will be a career ender for them, for whatever career they think they have.
I don't know why we take. The only thing I can say about taking her serious is the vitriol and the verbiage that she steals from us to try to use against us. She's so stupid and pitiful with it. But in addition to that, is Megyn, you're a fucking joke. No one believes in you, not even Fox. Get out of here.
Exactly.
But that's all I had to say. Let me get outside because my neighbor just crushed the front end of my fucking car.
Oh, wow. Appreciate you coming up. Shout out to Gene for coming up. Okay. All right, 50 is fabulous. You're back up.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
B1.
B1.
Megyn Kelly is a hater.
Mm-hmm.
She's jealous of all Black women, even if you're half Black and white appearing, because she constantly hates on Meghan Markle. And, you know, her mom is Black.
Yeah.
For no other reason. And when you confront them about their racism, she'll deny it. Oh, no, I'm not. But what is it about Meghan Markle that bugs you? If it's not the fact that she's partially Black. You know what I'm saying? And married a prince. And in their community, she's hit the wall. She's old. You know what I'm saying? So she's just hating on our melanin. You know what I'm saying? Because we look younger the older we get. You can't believe that her and Gabrielle Union are the same age. Gabrielle Union still looks like a damn teenager. She aging backwards like a witch. You know what I'm saying? But it's pure jealousy. They just have this jealousy for Black women in general because we exude confidence and we're talented and beautiful and shapely. We're everything they want to be. You know what I'm saying? And rather than admit it, you'll just sit and try to nitpick on nothing. How you hating on her when Dolly Parton, who wrote the song, endorsed it? That F is wrong with you. You know, but she's a bitter bitch. Sorry to say it, but not sorry. But she's bitter for no reason. They can't handle when they're not the center of attention, when it's not all about them. You know what I'm saying? We do everything better. We walk better, we smell better, we cook better, everything. You just mad.
He said smell better.
We do. They smell like wet dogs. I mean, it ain't a secret. You know what I'm saying? You mad because we do our hair in different ways. You know what I'm saying? You're mad when we straighten it to try to fit in or whatever. It's just no pleasing them. So don't try. F y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just mad. Stay mad. We just need to hand out some spring water from salty crackers. B1.
B1. Shout out to 50 is fabulous for coming up. I'm loving this energy. And shout out to the women that are coming up here to contribute to this conversation. I'm glad y'all are making y'all presence be known today. And last person I'm going to bring up today is Goddess M. What's going on?
Hey there, how are you, Brother Torian? Grand rising to you.
I'm glad you're up here. What's going on?
Indeed. I just had to get up here and comment on this because this chick literally who's been bounced from one media platform to the other because she doesn't know when to isnay on the disney. Like she has too much to say and thinks she has to the bravado to do so, even when she upset her own class of people. But there will be none of this Beyonce, these blackerisms or whatever they call them that this chick is trying to do. It's simply a disgrace. It's disrespectful. And it's degrading to a certain degree. And then for her to always, she won't let it go. It's like a dog with a bone, just like how she went after OJ. The hatred that's in this suspected piece of toilet tissue, used toilet tissue, is palatable when you watching her or and happen to listen to something that she has to say concerning our lineage and our community. She's always this. She's just always saying something. It's never positive, even if it is. It's a backhanded compliment. It's always served with a side of supremacist sarcasm, as we know that's what they love to do. And I dare she come after Beyonce. This is the lineage. This is lineage created. A platform that we created, a genre that we created. We created bluegrass, folk, all of it, because it was our experience and our music coming from us. And our stories, our feelings, our emotions, and what we went through. They used to couldn't even do country until they were, taught or mentored, if you will, by some of, our Black legends that did blues and spirituals. Told them it comes from a place of love, of lost and deep, also mourning and earning. They didn't even understand the concept of it. So for them to get all bent out of their ran over roach thumpers, if you will, and cock their noses up and always, attacking. Well, here they go. They want to do this. My gosh, why don't you just stay with the basketball or stay here or stay there?
Just like what Laura Ingraham said to LeBron James when she said, "Just shut up and dribble." Exactly.
Indeed.
I said that's more code speak right there. And it wasn't even really that coded. We know exactly what she was saying. But you know
exactly.
But you know what? I don't give LeBron props on a lot of things, but one thing he did do that was smart with that is that he actually took what she said and turned it into a brand, which actually aided in his billionaire status. So thank you, Laura. Thank you.
Indeed. And that's how you get the get back. That's how you pop your collar at haters. All haters do is make you elevate. When they come with the salt, we bring the spice, we bring the pepper, we bring all the seasonings, and we make it that big bowl of heaping hot gumbo of soul and flavor. So that's what we known for. That's what we do. We are the the inventors. We are the creators, and only when we choose to go back and even touch our art form that we long had abandoned to a certain degree, but not totally, but to a certain degree. Only when we touch it do we have the skills to elevate, the creativity to make it, to elevate it into something different and to push it into its next form of highness, because that's what we do. It's ours to begin with, and only those who originated can make it transcend from truly what it is and not just a poor, mediocre, common copy of a watered down version of itself. So yeah, they hating, they jealous. And like the one sister said that came up before me, they're jealous of our different complexions, our different voluptuous shapes. They're jealous of our the way that we move, speak, smell, feel, cook, read, create, because we are the exact, counterpart to our own men. So when you get both the Black FBA man and woman together, you have nothing, you get nothing but greatness, because that's what we stand on, the shoulders of greatness, and we have to play it forward for our children and make sure we keep our lineage well within, educated. And shout out to yourself, Brother Torian, and all the other brothers, Black Alpha, and all the other brothers, Afro, and even our brother Kid Gravity, all the brothers, who put themselves forward to bring our commentary, and the sisters who are out there doing it as well. And keep us informed and abreast of what's going on. And of course, our main pillars, Professor Black Truth, Jason Black, and Tariq Nasheed, and our sister Vicky Dillard, because this is Black Appreciation, New Black Media Black Appreciation Month. And of course, we're gonna always give that nod and that bow to our secretary, the Black Vanguard, which is you all. I love you all and I respect you all, and it's just giving you appreciation and your flowers while we're here. And we can also show that, family, with donating or becoming members. So this is how we show our love and appreciation for all that you do and all that you give us. Keep it going, brother. Be one.
Appreciate you for coming up. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude today's midday stream. Shout out to everybody that came through today. Shout out to those who contributed. Stay Positive, AB Promotions, and Dairy B for the super chats and super stickers. Shout out to everybody that came up and spoke. I love when I actually hear from people that I don't hear from often on these topics, or people who I might hear from the first time. I'm glad that y'all are getting more engaged, and I'm glad that I'm actually able to bring these kind of topics to y'all, because then I get an opportunity to really hear from y'all where I really don't hear from y'all often, and it lets me know where your mindset is at as well. So that, again, I said this is going to conclude today's midday stream. For those who are on Patreon, y'all will be getting a new Patreon video tomorrow. Y'all were supposed to actually get it today, but I forgot. So y'all will get it tomorrow. Shout out to all the members and everybody, all of that good stuff. Shout out to Val for the last minute $5 super chat. I appreciate that. She says, thank you, Torian and New Black Media. We appreciate you for viewing our content and pushing our content as well. We'll be back on here tomorrow with the 11 a.m. premiere. There may or may not be a midday stream tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure just yet, because I am supposed to be, I actually have something that I'm supposed to be doing in the morning tomorrow. So depending on what time I'm done with that will determine if we get a midday stream tomorrow or not. And if that's the case, y'all will get a midday stream tomorrow. If not, I might just save it for Friday, in which we will end up having 2 streams, which would be in the middle of the day, and then, of course, the one at 6. Shout out to Carla for the 5. The Trouble Mint twins that came through in the clutch. I appreciate y'all. With that being said, y'all enjoy the rest of your day, and I will speak to you all tomorrow. Be safe and be one.